Super. It's good to be here. Good evening, everybody. And I can see that there's a bit of a lag on the time, so good. And I've lost everything now. I've just got the uh, yeah, yeah. Well, good evening, everybody. And this evening you've got me, Jacey Marsh, and I'm usually wandering about the country. At the moment, I'm in mid Wales in a little place called Welshpool, which is rather a nice place. And it's basically where I start out from whenever I go on my journeys. And as you can see this evening, I'm sat in a house instead of a camper van. I'm usually in my camper van, and I'm fortunate enough to get on into a house and on a good internet connection. So it's lovely to have you all here with me. It's I don't appear here very often, so you can, if you want to find me, my name is Jacey Marsh, and I'm sure Richard's put my details up underneath. He's assured me it's on the screen, and I welcome friends on Facebook, or just put my name in, because I've got a work page and a friends page as well, and it's lovely to have you on both pages. So who do we have here, Richard? Can I say hello to some people, please? Lucita, good evening. Stacey Ann Bender, lovely name. Stacey Ann, hello to you. Julie, welcome. And Diane, lovely dog. Carolyn, good to have you here. So, yeah, pretty dull. Somebody's just said they've shared. I hope you've shared like the YouTube connection for Richard and the team, because they appreciate that. Do appreciate you sharing. Hi, Terry. Good to see you here. Phil, good evening. Natalie. Oh, that's an Irish name. Saoirse. Joanne, good to have you here. So I hope you're all sharing as well as saying hello to us all. So Linda, welcome. Rebecca, Julie, anything for you, please? We'll have to see. Tonight is Debbie, good evening. Tonight is Spirit, as you all know, Helen, and I wait for Spirit to contact me and see who. So unfortunately, for those of you asking, I have no say in the matter as to who I go to. But the way I work, I do hope that you are completely and utterly honest. Hi, Melanie. And don't body grab, as I would call it. Hi, Tracy. How are you? She's admin on my page. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Lovely. Vaughn, you're new here. So, Barbara, nice to see you here. Jonathan. And Stuart, I was kind of wondering about that. That looks like two names. Melissa, good to have you here. Ask Spirit. Hi, Hazel. She's one of my ladies. Julie. Oh, you've shared, Julie. Thank you. Kelly, love to all as well, all your ends. Suzanne, good evening. And Michael. I like this because I have problems with my reading and I can't read properly. Julian, and I can actually see your words. It's good to have big letters. Tish, can't see your picture, but it looks quite interesting. Sharon from Haydock. Stace, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Okay. Is that Amy? Oh, your son is JC. Mine's spelt differently though, so you'll remember me then, Amy. Barry, how are you? Oh, from Oxford. Mary. Lovely to have so many people here. Lovely to have so many people. As you can see, I'm leaning back into my chair because I do feel that we've got a connection. Kerry, good evening. Jade. Agnes. Yeah, okay. Now, I am aware that I do have a spiritual connection here, and the way I work is I put 2 or 3 bits of information out. And this is where I ask for your honesty. That if you can take all 3 or 4, all the information, please say so. But if you don't split the information. If you're not able to take all the facts that I'm giving to you, don't split them, because you have to be understanding of everything I say. And if you split them, or if you say I can take 2 out of those 4 bits of information, the reading doesn't flow and spirit will step back. And therefore, the connection is no good for you. It's a wasted connection. So really, as honest as spirit are, they rely on our honesty as well. So I hope you can understand that with me, and I hope you take that on board as I'm working, because generally I know if it's not right, because spirit will step away from the connection I'm trying to make until the right one comes along. So to make things a little bit quicker, if you say that piece of information isn't relevant, fair enough. And I always say thank you for being honest. So yeah. And here I have a lady that wants to connect to somebody here, and I do feel that we would have the grandmother link, and I know that I want to link to the name of Janet. Now, do we have a Janet here at all? Or, or if we don't have a Janet here, somebody must understand a Janet within their group of people, understand the name of Janet. Was it? Oh, Richard's just told me it was her grandmother's name. And I know that I have a grandmother here as well, but Janet isn't her name. And she keeps repeating me this name to say. And I also feel that we are looking for her granddaughter here. Is this making sense to anybody, please? If this doesn't, if this isn't ringing any bells with anybody, we have to make Richard work on this one. But he's just said that he doesn't want to work, he'll get stressed. But would somebody understand the name of Janet here on the earth plane, having asked that, thank you, and that they would have you, the recipient would have your grandmother from your mum's side, if she's on the right side, in spirits. Would you understand, Julie Taylor, the name? You understand the name, but you would understand your grandmother being in spirit as well, please. You would have a grandmother from that wants to connect with you from spirit. And Stace, you have one as well. And I would also like to just add that bit of information. I'm connecting on mum's side of the family, and I also feel that there is a gentleman that would have passed with heart attack. You understand this, Julie? Do you understand the heart attack as well? Because very much I know that I'm connecting here with a gentleman that would have been quite a stern man when he was here as well. So I do feel that to him, the heart attack, excuse the pun, it was a bit of a shock. It was a bit of a surprise to him that he had heart attack, because he'd got quite a strict regime with himself. Is this still making sense to people? And I want them to think, Is that to Julie? Yeah, right. Julie, I'm going to work with you because you're still saying yes to this. And I do feel that where Grandma is concerned, she's been in spirit for some time. You understand this. And that I want to bring you her love. But I also have the gentleman here that wants to connect. And I'm not too sure. You'll have to bear with me here a minute because I've got a feeling that he's on opposite sides of the family. And oh, lovely. Oh, they're standing either side of me. This is what makes me feel that they're the opposite side of the family. I'm so glad we've placed a gentleman as well. And that he does. Oh, is that Stace? Oh, so we've got okay, then somebody then would understand a ring that was left for them. Somebody would understand a ring that was left for them. Can we go? Okay, then I'm going to go. Hang on. I've only got two pieces. I'm going to go with Stace actually because as I'm talking, I feel that the man wants to connect to Stace. That's it. Um, if you can be a bit more explicit with your answers in the nicest possible way, Julie. This is a bit confusing when you're just saying yes. But what I'm looking for is there must be a ring or connections to a ring, and I feel that the ring was given after. Right, I'm going with Stace because she's answering. She has the ring, and I do feel, Stace, that this is as much as your grandma came through to start with. It's the gentleman I want to work with here, Stace, because I know that there was a strictness with him, that there was almost like a formal being there with him, and that he wants me to stand upright or sit upright as I'm working here. And I feel that he wants this of you, that the gentleman is bringing you his love. It is a supportive love as well. And that he wants you to stand up and be counted, that sort of thing, that it's almost as if you're stepping back, but he wants you to be pushed forward a little bit more or allow yourself to be brought to the forefront a little bit. And this is indicative of something around you. It's as if you're stepping away from something, but he says, no, stand your ground. He would have done. He was this type of a character, and it's this support that he brings for you now, and that he very, very much wants you not to. There's something that you've thought about. Shall I? Shan't I? Give, step back, maybe stop doing it even. But he wants you to go forward. You see, I'm making this fist now, so I know that he wants this positiveness with you, and that you're not to allow yourself to be trodden on. He's a good timekeeper as well, and that he liked things in order. He was very much, I would say, a little bit dogmatic as well with his attitude towards things. I do feel that he's trying to get things in order around you as well, and that this tidiness is to help you mentally and allow you, Stace, to organize things so that you're not pushed back, you're not left behind, and that you have the time and find the place moving forward. I do feel as well that Grandma wants to come back in here. Oh, thank you for that, Stace. Grandma wants to come back in here and bring you a lovely bunch of flowers, lovely, lovely flowers. And I do feel that she wasn't very tall. Do you understand this? And there might have been a little bit of a stoop to her as well, but she brought this lovely, yeah, he is. But Grandma's bought this lovely bunch of, they're like pink carnation sort of flowers. It's almost as if to soften the blow of Grandad. You understand that? And definitely a lot of love. I'm being given the number 9. I don't know what that is for, but I almost went to say the 9th of November, something like that. So I think that is, yes, I have your memory issue. Oh, bless you, darling. I know he's working on your mind, but he's trying to get you, Grandma's trying to get you to remember like the 9th of something. And I feel that it might be the 9th of November, that sort of time. But I know that November is a significant month. And also April is being given to me as well. Okay, so Stace, you do have a good team in spirit working for you, and that they will be there for you. Ah, is that what the stoop is? Because I do feel this. She didn't let it stop her though, did it, this curvature? She didn't let it stop her getting about and smiling. She saw the good in things. I like this lady, bless her. I like this lady very much because I do feel that she liked the easy life, the simple life. You know, let's not complicate things. And that's her effort. That's her contribution to you here this evening, Stace. So can she? Well, maybe, Julie, you seem to be taking everything as well, even the curvature at the top of the spine, which is an unusual thing. But if it's meant, maybe you're meant to be sharing this then, okay? And I'm sorry I haven't been able to separate them, but very, very much a lot of love. And I'm going to say to you, Stace, I know you're a generous person with your spiritual work and everything. Maybe you can share this love that I've tried to share. Yeah. She's a very, very simple person, saw a lot more than she said, Stace. I also, feel that there's a birthday coming up as well, right, within the next couple of weeks, by the looks of it. It's not a birthday, it's an anniversary, a good one, not a passing anniversary. Good girl, Stace. Good girl. This is what spirit is about. She's sharing the love, right? And very much thank you for staying with it and recognizing your gran with the curvature, recognizing your granddad. Lovely. Thank you, Stace. Take their love. And Julia, was it? Take their love as well. Sorry if it came across as both. Julia, your sister had curve. Yes, my sister what? I'm sorry, Julia. I'm not Julie Taylor. I'm not sure what yes, my sister means. So, yeah, it was grandma that had curvature. But take the love. Take the love. Thank you. Good. There you go. So thank you ever so much. I know as I was working that the draw to Stace was very strong from your gentleman. Anyway, so have the love because I am now ready to move on to the next part. So thank you. And I want a connection with the name of Elizabeth, and I have to talk of a lady that would have passed with cancerous conditions that made her violently ill. Good evening. That I want a connection with the name of Elizabeth. Who do we have here? Do we have an Elizabeth? And I know that I want to connect with a lady from spirit that would have been violently ill through cancerous conditions. I feel that there were problems there that she was unable to, she just faded away very quickly. and that there was, I keep wanting to bring the sickness up as well. I do feel that she was, when her time came, she was willing to go, and for some reason she keeps repeating the name of Elizabeth. We also, thank you, Suzanne. If your sister is called Elizabeth, what about the lady that passed with the cancer? I want all the information. Right. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going with Siobhan, if that's okay, because I do feel that it's coming up, the sickness is working up the body. And I was almost going to say there's cancer somewhere, either in the stomach, or it must have been at the top end of her stomach as well, Siobhan, because cancer condition. I'm looking for stomach cancer. So I'm going to, as soon as Siobhan's name came on board, it was yes, I got that yes. So Suzanne, thank you ever so much, lovely. I'm going to go with Siobhan because when I look at yours, the information steps away from me. So thank you, Suzanne. Siobhan, because I do feel that this made her violently ill, and that she used to pray to be taken to spirit. It's how, even though she was putting a very brave face on emotionally, she was praying that it ended soon. I have to say this to you. And that as I'm talking here with her, I do feel very much that there's a lot of love needed around the family at the moment, Siobhan. I hope you understand this, that there's a lot of love needed around the family, and that you too have been asking for love from spirits for your family members. And Grandma wants you to know that she is here and organizing this love. So I know that when your grandma was fit, she was the type of lady that got things done, right? And as I'm working with her energy, there's like a buzziness with her. She was a busy soul as well as buzzy, you know, and that this condition, this sickness, oh, it's horrible to feel that she couldn't, she tried to keep it to herself for a long time, but in the end, um, people started to recognize that she wasn't very well herself, and she used to go off quietly and be ill, you know, go to the good, exactly what she said, that you've been praying to them and her, and she's helping you, love. Unfortunately, she can't come down here, and it is a terrible shame that we get all this love from spirit and they're dying to come down and help us. But I know that where your grandma's concerned, there was this quiet, this silent strength with her as well. I'm also aware that there was a very good sense of humour, and that she did try to keep this humour going through her illness. She's showing me that she was giving her possessions away before she passed. You know, if somebody wanted something and she thought it was good enough for them, oh bless, oh what a shame. 12 weeks, not much time to say to that, is it? But I know that what she's showing me is that she was giving things away and sharing what she had. I'm not saying that she had lots to give, but she made sure that those people that she wanted to have her special things got them, or they should have got them. And I do feel that there was something, is it something special to her was lost before she passed. Do you understand that? It might be a piece of jewelry that was lost or something, or taken, but it doesn't really matter because it's only possessions at the end of the day. What she's saying, Siobhan, is that she's sending you a lot of love to help cope with the difficulties around you. And that she says, never give up hope. I'm glad you understand about her jewellery being missing, because I know that it upset her at the time, but now she's not bothered about it, love. That, you know, like it's only possessions, and it's a shame that others haven't got it. But at the end of the day, it wasn't like the crown jewels. It was just a little bit of her cherished possessions. But there were other things as well, she says. But what she's doing here is giving you this love, right? And that she is saying, put a brave face on things. Don't let them drag you down. Now, if this isn't you, it's somebody very close to you that you feel needs talking to, that you feel needs your help, because it's as if Grandma is trying to uplift as well, right? Not just send love, but uplift their energies as well. And that she's aware that there have been one or two tears that have been shed. So she is trying to, okay, so she is trying to help push the tears back. I always say push the tears back in. And she's just said to me to give you tulips, right? And to me, tulips represent May as well. So that might be significant to you. But what it is I will use it symbolically, and she's allowed me to use it symbolically, that the tulips bend over, they break, but every year they come back. And be aware that whoever is being broken will come back good, right? And that she will make sure of it. She will help with that energy, Siobhan. And she just wants to bring her love to the family and say, well done to you all. I hope that makes sense to you. And that she does very, very much bring, I know it's tulips are May for me. When I know that when you've just said about your mum's birthday in May. And very, very much a lot of love still for your grandma's family. Important you pass that on, especially to where the tears are, my love. Okay, so thank you, Siobhan, for being with us tonight, and hopefully sharing, and see you again another time. Thank you. Yeah, I have a gentleman that wants to connect here. Can you tell me who? That there is a connection to somebody, his family, and that there has been a passing recently in the family. Somebody has lost. I'm not saying it's the one that I've got here, but I know that I have a gentleman here that wants to connect to somebody that has had a passing recently. And when I say recently, I mean within the last 2 or 3 months at the most. And that I have the father of who I have somebody's father here, and just wants people to know that the passing is of a gentleman. Do we have any takers for that? Sorry to do this. Oh wow, yeah, I have. And would you, Cass? So we've got a gentleman that passed into spirit, but I also have father in spirits. You've got to have both. A gentleman, a young, well, a gentleman that passed within the last 2 or 3, and you've got your dad in spirit as well. Is that Kath? Was the first comment you put up as well? Can we go with Kath? Yeah, I'm allowed to go with Kath, please. And so, Kath, it's your father that I have here that wants to communicate with you, Kath. And I know that he's talking about the gentleman that has passed into spirit, that there appeared to be an illness with this gentleman. I haven't got this. I think you said it was your father, actually. Your brother, didn't you? I haven't got the information. I haven't got your brother here, but it's your father that is relaying the information to us here. And I know that where your brother passed, that there was a sadness, but a release as well, right? And I know that you've been wanting to hear that he's okay. And recently, within the last 2 or 3 days, there's been conversations regarding your brother. Okay. And Dad has been, oh, bless him, he's still shy then. Oh, bless. Because I know that Dad is the spokesperson and that they are together, even though it's your dad that I'm talking to, and that he wants to. I've just gone all goosebumpy, so I know we're right, and I know that your dad wants everybody to know that your brother got there okay, and that they are both happy, and that they're quite content in each other's company as well, and that there must have been as well these conversations been going on as regards to your brother and wondering what's happened and where there's discussions of his life within the last 2 or 3 days, because they in spirit want you to know that they were listening there, and it's almost as if I'm being shown 2 or 3 people in the same room together and chattering away and being unaware of the spiritual inputs as well, because Dad and brother and there's a lady there as well, which I believe to be looking. Let me just touch onto that energy there, because I believe to be grandma from your dad's side as well. It's as if you've had a family gathering down here. Oh no, there is definitely something after. It's as if you've had a bit of a family gathering down here, and spirit had a family gathering at a time and listening, and that yes, there was sadness there as well, but at the same time there was laughter, and that your father wants you to know that they are happy, that you have happy memories as well. Okay. And as I'm touching, you've just said Granny, because I know that Granny wants to be counted. Grandma, I call them. Grandma wants to be counted in here tonight, because there's she was almost like rounded people up. I would say that when she was here, she was a bit of a matriarch within the family. Yeah, and what we know, the spirits are telling us about this family gathering here had Kath, but your grandma wants you to know that she's still gathering them all up, and yeah, yeah. So they're aware of it. They are aware of what's happening with the laughter and the sadness. And also, was there a little dog? Do you understand a little dog being present? And I don't know if I'm seeing things there, but your dad wants you to know, as well as grandma. Right, lovely. As well as grandma, but dad was the what I call the peacekeeper in the family, and that he liked things just nice. He was the organizer of the family as well. And I also feel that he was the peacemaker. Yeah. Because they're telling me about this dog. The dog was with you. So, like it's their proof to you that they were there with you. It's not my proof, it's their proof. I'm just grateful that they can get through me, like I have to move my brain out of the way. It's their proof to you that they are with you and that they were with you. And you know, like that they still want to be part of the conversation. They don't want people not talking about them. They want their memory to live, you know. And Dad does. Did your dad have a pipe, or would you understand somebody with a pipe? I keep catching a glimpse of a pipe. And I don't know whether I'm supposed to be using it symbolically, or I do feel that it's being held here. There must have been a gentleman then that had a bit of a pipe in his day, so before it became wrong, that's to smoke and what have you. But very, very much a lot of love for you, Kath. And your dad wants you to know that he's here, that he still loves his family. I also feel that where your dad was concerned, there were dental problems, that there were problems with his teeth as well. And that this there must be, keeps showing me, I feel as if he wants somebody here to go and get their teeth cigar at Christmas. It's a pipe. It might be a cigar, but I thought there was a pipe somewhere. But what I'm looking at here is that he wants somebody to keep an eye on their teeth, that sort of thing. Yeah, he's there. He's with them, love. He is with them. Now, funny enough, I almost said David, but like I know somebody that called David in spirit, and I'm a bit reluctant to give that name. So, but definitely know that the family are together in spirit as much as they are together here. You understand this? And he does very much want you to know that the family love the family. And this is your dad. Your dad was very much for the family. Your family love the family. Either side of the veil, right? And just take his love, pass it on to the family, and let them feel the contentment of him knowing that they know he loves them still. And that's the whole family. Okay. So do we have, yeah, just as I was about to leave, there must have been a memory, there must be a memory link for you. Oh, you can take the teeth. Oh, good. There must be a memory link, a memory thought there of flowers in a pot. And I think they were like African violets. Do you remember the African violets that you used to be able to get, or pansies or something like that? But I think these were African violets on a shelf somewhere, and that they were just left there to look pretty. So there's memory of African violets. I think they're African violets and not pop pansies. So have Dad's love, pass it through the family, and let it be known that the family loves the family. Okay, Kath. Thank you very much for being here and being part of this evening. Thank you. Do them now. It's up to you. Do them now. We're having some adverts, I believe. Yep.
Join us this Sunday from 11 a.m. with our divine service broadcasted live from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. Each week we have a guest medium who demonstrates their mediumship abilities to those in the church and viewers online. The service consists of a prayer, healing, spiritual reading, and a demonstration of mediumship. Tomorrow afternoon from 4 p.m, join us for a live and interactive chat show, The Sunday Sofa. Hosts Polly Harnett and Jane Morton answers your questions while offering free readings and advice. SPTV are proud to present An Evening of Mediumship with the wonderful Deb Clark. Join us for a private event on the 20th of August 2022 at The Roebuck Inn, Wickham. For more details visit events.spiritualpsychicstv.online.
I am back. Am I back? Yes, I'm back. I've got big screens, I can't see. Yeah, you can see more in Jacey Marsh Clairvoyance, yeah. So anyway, let's link again. So I now have a gentleman that wants to step forward into our evening, and he tells me that he's been in spirit for a little while, but I also feel that he would have had conditions that took him into spirit with his chest, and there might have been, oh, I'm getting the word pulmonary embolism. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Richard? I'm not medically minded. Pulmonary embolism. And I know that this gentleman had quite a quick passing, and that I also feel that there were problems within the chest area for him as well. And I've got no idea who he wants to connect to, but I know that I feel as if I should be slightly up north, a little bit, not up in Scotland necessarily, but the north part of England, because I do detect a bit of a northern accent there. Do we have Melissa Casper is saying yes. You understand this information, Melissa? Any? Okay. And I also feel that where this gentleman is concerned, that there were dirty works. He worked where it was very, very dirty. He connects to the family. And I also feel that it's connection through the father's side of the family, right? So we've got pulmonary embolism. I do feel that there was, oh, that's a nice, that sort of fits everything there. Yeah, because I don't want to go up as far as Scotland. I know that, but I know I want to go up north of me, who's in mid Wales, not from the States. No, Melissa. So that's a no for Melissa. And I do feel that there was, like, as I've got the dirty work around him, I don't feel. Can we go back to the one that was up in Newcastle, was it? Yes, if that's possible, because as that came up, there was a joy that came with it. And I do feel that this gentleman sort of, yeah, and your father died of that, and he had asthma, because I want all the conditions as well as that. And oh, let's have a look then. And where I want somebody that came from up the north of UK, not Scotland, we're north of England, I should say, in the UK. Let's cut out the foreigners. And I also feel that he left quite, his family wasn't very old when he left. No. Okay, I'm looking for. Hmm, yeah, Pauline, I see that you're saying that. Um, I don't feel that I connect there with you, but if you could, I'm looking for somebody that worked where there was probably diggings, mines, or something like that. So Tina, I can see. Okay, can we have? I also want to connect with the name of Mary. I don't feel it's a husband, Lisa. I've got either a father or a grandfather here. Connects with the father side of the family as well. And I want the connection in the UK. Sorry, Kat. Thank you. But I do feel that I want the connection with the Mary as well. Mary would have been, Mary is in spirit as well. Yeah. And that I do feel that where his passing was, that he did have hospital visits before that were not related to He's right. So we've got Rebecca Jane, and can we just keep it to Rebecca Jane? This sort of, yeah. Okay, love. Do you understand? Okay, who do you want? Who do you want? We've got the connection here. He's connecting with somebody, and I want somebody that connects with Mary, and I also have to have somebody here that would be office-based working, female. It's female I'm looking for. I want a female that works in an office here. I want a gentleman that would have had mining conditions around him, that there was chestiness and the pulmonary embolism, did I say? I don't know. Is pulmonary embolism like a blood clot? I feel it's like a clot going through. So does that make, is that right, Richard? Yeah, because it's a clot. And I also feel that there was conditions with him as well, that so he was on a bit of a loser when it happened. And I do feel, can you go back? There's two names there that I want, the one from Yorkshire and the one from Rebecca, and the one from, yeah, and the one from a little bit yeah. No. Okay, okay. Who works in an office? I wish I could get them to speed up. I know it's relaxed. Yeah, okay, okay, right. What I'm looking for is gentlemen. I also feel there was a good turnout for his funeral. That I do feel that his funeral, possibly his procession, possibly went past where or very close to where he works. Okay, and that he was proud at the turnout that was there, and it was a surprise. Even though he was ill, he'd got this chest. And it was a surprise, right, Rebecca. This is Rebecca keeps coming up with this, and I know it's somebody I've connected with. And Tina, I'm sorry, as much as I would love to count you in on this, every time your name comes up, I want to say no. So can I have Rebecca back, please? I'm going to go with Rebecca because it's yeah, he was a poorly man, he's shocked, and Mary, and she works in an office, and this, it feels comfortable for me as well. Oh, poor you. But what I'm looking at is this gentleman wants to connect here and to give his love. Since he's passed as well, Rebecca Jane, there must have been another passing as well from within that family. And that there's somebody that's poorly here as well, that there's health issues with somebody here, because I know that this gentleman wants to send his love, send his encouragement to get treatment. He left it a little bit too long, is what he's telling me, and somebody here is being stubborn about going to see a doctor or to get help. That it's fear that makes us do that, isn't it? And he wants to, that makes sense. He's laughing about that because I know that everybody is showing me that everybody from his works came. There's very strong connections there, and that there was a good procession going along the road as well. And he was proud of the way people turned out. But he's worrying about somebody not getting help here at the moment. As much as he would love to have a party here with us now, he's worrying about somebody not getting the help medically they need at the moment, or withholding ailments, that sort of condition, that sort of thing. And he wants them to be brave because they can get help. I hope this makes sense to you, Rebecca, and that you might be the person that pushes somebody forward for passing this message on. And he does very, very much want to bring his love, wants to bring his healing with him, because he was a carer. As much as he had this illness, he didn't like people to worry about him. He liked to worry about other people and to make sure that they were well looked after. I also feel that at the time of his passing, there must have been coins lying around, or a bag of coins. He keeps showing me where that he would, I don't know whether he saved his coins or what, but it was all it's everything, even coins. It's that's thank you. Do you understand the coins? There was a packet of, almost like a little bag of coins here, and that it was shared out. There must have been children there at the time or something. I do feel that the coins were shared out or something like that. Something was done with the coins. And also, there's a possibility that he keeps holding a coin in his hand. So whether one was put in his coffin, I'm not 100% certain of that, but he wants to hold out coins. He keeps showing me coins. So there must be some significance about the coins as well. And that, to me, he's saying that tell them that the money will come. So to me, that he's worrying about this man's a bit of a worrier. Somebody must be. See, you understand this. I am so glad about this, Rebecca, because I couldn't work out what these coins were for. And he's somebody else, yeah. Wow. And special coins, he keeps putting these coins there in my hand. So whether it could be that you're thinking of selling them or sharing them or what, I don't know. But somebody else as well is trying to get money, sorry, or trying to work a way of increasing money around them. So it could be work coming, this sort of thing. And very much he's handing them coins. Now I'm going to use this as the symbol that he is helping them to finance things or to get that money that they need. And now you've said that, like the coins are spilling out of the bags and things like that. And he shows me that there must have been one bag that when it was picked up, it broke. And the coins, whether the coins scattered or the bags of coins scattered, because it's very much, he's laughing about it now. He said he should have spent it really, but if you've kept the special ones, hang on to them for a little bit longer, because then sell them. He says, don't, if they help, use them, right? And that you have his blessing, you have his love, and oh bless you, ask him to help you where the finances are concerned, and that he's very, very much still counting coins for you, so you'll never go completely broke. And if you've got some of those coins still, and if they're worth something and you need it and you put it to a good cause, sell them, right? I've got no problem with saying that. He says, like, they're there to use. Money is there to be spent. Spend. Don't save it like he did. But very, very much a lot of love for you. I've asked for a flower, but for some reason he doesn't give me flowers for you, lovely. He's given me an apple and it's got a bite out of it, and it's as if he's offering you, like you can have another bite of the apple, right? And when it's like a second chance, isn't it? This bite of the apple. And What is happening in the background, Richard? He is, he is offering you another bite of the apple. Symbolically, you'll get another bite of your apple. So don't worry quite so much. Can't tell you not to worry. You worry or you don't. But he is offering you another bite of the apple. Okay. Oh, you've just been given a pay rise. There you go. So very, very much have his love. Oh, was he? No, that's what. See, it was all about the coins to him. Coins, coins, coins. I don't see paper money so much. It's just coins there, and he must have had a good selection of coins as well. But he's also showing me that there was coins from his childhood, foreign countries. So somebody must have gone, or he's picked them up from somewhere and bought foreign coins back as well. So Rebecca, have his love. Know that he's helping you financially, emotionally, and lovingly. Okay. So thank you very much, and thank you. Thanks for being here and supporting Richard and his team. Thank you. That was a bit sharp in my ear, that was, Richard. Richard, that's all right. Richard, hi, Pieter. Richard poured himself a glass of water and it came rather loud in my ear. So, bless him. So I'll get my own back. I'll rattle a bottle. Yeah. Anyway, who do I have next? Yeah. I have here. Ooh. TB. I have here a gentleman that comes with his elderly mother from spirit. His mum's been in spirit, but he also, now this is possibly going to test a few, and that there was conditions of TB with a gentleman in spirit. Thank you, Ruth. That's lovely of you. I have a gentleman that had tuberculosis. It looks like TB because I could see the blood coming up his lungs. Oh, I get to see all the gory details. But I know that this gentleman has his mother with him in spirit, and I do feel that he is father. I'm getting the word father to somebody here. And if it wasn't father, it was grandfather. I want somebody, a gentleman that would recognise a gentleman that passed with TB, consumption it might have been called. I also feel that there were connections with like the metal lungs, the iron lungs. Iron lungs have just been corrected. How are we doing with that one, Richard? Because that's quite specific. Because I do feel that we're connecting with a woman here as well. A lot wrong with him and his lungs. But I'm looking specifically for tuberculosis by the looks of it, TB. Oh, but your mum's dad. No, mum's dad. No, no, I don't feel that's quite right, Kath. Sorry. I also feel that he must. Can we have something else to connect with, please? I'm just sorting them out for you. Can we have something else to connect here with, please? And I also feel that Suzanne, TB. So he would have, your granddad would have his mother with him as well, which makes sense as well. And iron lung was for polio. Thank you for correcting me with that. So maybe there was polio there as well as TB. I keep seeing, what I'm seeing is the blood come up, but I'm also casing myself in an iron lung. Let's have a look. Do you know, Rebecca, this is jumping out at me, so I'm going to, have I done Rebecca? I haven't done Rebecca, have I? No. Oh, I'm jumping out. Do you know, Rebecca, if there was anything to do with where they might have been, okay, Aileen, I'm just looking at that and I'm not getting any more forward with that. No, man. Suzanne, it's got to be a man that has polio, darling. It's a man that wants to connect, and I have a man here that wants to connect, and it would be something to do with he had a. Oh, I see. That there was something to do with rural conditions, countryside conditions. Could I have that lady back where I'm hopeless with names, everybody. It's two back, I think it was, Richard. Sorry. Richard's shouting at me, folks. Go. No, I don't know. Hang on. Let's stay. Rebecca, yeah. Rebecca, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it with Rebecca because, you know, yeah, rural conditions. Dad lived in a village. There we go. And I know that Dad would have been a happy soul when he was here, that I feel that Dad had a good sense of humour. I think that he used to try and read if he could, but he was more, he didn't get the chance to read as much as he would have liked to. I also feel that he didn't get the education that he craved as well. Mm. And this is Rebecca I'm going for here, Rebecca. I also feel that your father didn't get the education that he craved. Do you understand this? And that he was out working at quite a young age. I also feel that he was very quick thinking. He could, very funny. I think that like he'd stand court and tell jokes. He'd have made a good stand-up comedian, I'll say that. And he must have then liked to have a bit of an audience there to play to, because I do see him chattering away and everybody's laughing with him, and that he would be a good person to invite to a party, that sort of thing. I keep seeing a pint. I'm not saying he was a great drinker, but every now and then he wouldn't mind joining in the group with a bit of a drink, a bit of a pint. And that where he went, a lot of people knew him. He was very well known in his area as well. Yeah, always working. I think that he left school early, wasn't allowed to stay on at school as long as he wanted to. And this is why sometimes I think that he'd buy books. He'd buy books and put them onto one side thinking, I'm going to read those. He might pick them up once or twice, but whether he read them completely, I've got my doubts there, Rebecca. And I do feel that this gentleman wants to, your dad wants to bring you your love, some love here, right? A lot of love for you and the family. And that there's been a little bit of overthinking on things on your part just lately. Oh, he died when you were a teen. What a shame. Oh, bless you. Lovely man. Lovely man. You'll meet up with him one day. And but have you been thinking about what to do with your life, or which sense of direction you need? Because I know that where you've been a little bit pensive, a little bit overthinking things, he says to follow your heart. And that if it means buying books or education, he's 100% with you on that. And that as I'm talking here, he's very, he was always on the go. He was a fidget. I feel that he found it hard to rest, and difficulties, that there's you know, like somebody said, oh, for goodness sake, sit still, will you? That sort of feeling with him, that he always wanted to be doing something. And you're overthinking, are you? Oh, bless you, love, because he's aware of this. He's making me aware of it. So he knows that you want to, if you can, he can help you. Just sit still for 5 or 10. Well, if it's possible for you, Rebecca, sit still for 5 minutes, sit still for 10 minutes, and just say, look, help me, Dad, because that's what he's there for. I'm so glad you're studying, because I think he's all up for you studying. He loves education. He loves people to be educated, and he's going to help you with that education, because it is very important to him. It was important. A good education was important, or he could see the potential of a good education. And I know that he didn't get the education he wanted. You understand that? He used to keep a tally of things. He used to write things down as much as he could. So I do feel that there must be a book that you still have with his handwriting in, and it's almost like sums, you know, money amounts. We're all in for the money tonight, aren't we? But you know, where he kept a tally of people, or what he earned, or something like that. Of course, you're going to miss him. He misses you, lovely. But know that he's here. Know that he's here. But do you understand why he's showing me this handwritten? There's like an adding up. I don't know, a book where there's little reckonings, and it looks as if there's words there and money that side. And I know that he wants you to keep a check on your earnings, or your, you know, keep a tally on what you're spending. Don't overspend. I think you might be being told off there a little bit, Rebecca. But don't overspend. And that he does try and help you, and you know. So have you just altered something within your home? It might even be something as simple as changing the colour on the wall or something like that, because he's showing me that he's quite often in the home, and it's almost as if there's, do you have to walk down a corridor of sorts, or along, and the rooms are off on the one side. I might be back to front on that. So, oh, you have books of his as well, do you? But he's quite often around the home, is what he's saying, and he wants you to know that he loves you, and as I said, he does support you, your education. Yeah, yeah, and that he is praying to goodness that you do go forward with this as well, because you've been in two minds as to whether to do it or not. And he's been trying to push you going forward, Rebecca. And he very much wants you to know. He's trying to give me a month here. I think that we've got the month of April might be significant, or something about April he's showing me, because I keep seeing yellow, so that's April's a yellow month for me, and that he does also go forward into September. You've decorated. See, he's been in the house. He's been in the house with you when you were decorating there, Rebecca. And there you go. It's down a hallway. Yeah, I see what you mean. We got messages back to front then. Yeah, down. Don't worry, Richard. I understand it now. But because he kept showing me down the hallway, and that things have changed there. So that's how close he's been to you, my love. That he has been in your home with his love, and his support for you. Okay, so very much no. You let my mum in. I haven't got your mum, unfortunately. Yes, I can work that one out, Richard. Thanks. I haven't got your mum here, unfortunately. It doesn't mean to say that she's not here with him. It's just that I'm working with him. I've been allowed to work with him. She could be there as well. Okay. So it doesn't mean to say that they're not together or anything. It's just that I'm only linking with your dad. So definitely have his love from me. Okay. And for some reason, he's brought back the month of September for you to think about as well. Okay. And just take his love and know that he's there for you to talk to and help with the decorating by the sounds of it as well. Okay. So thank you, Rebecca. Oh, thank you. And I am done. And thank you, everybody, for being here to support me. And I hope you will carry on supporting Spiritual Psychic TV. Yeah, and support me on Facebook at jaceymarsh.clairvoyant will find me. Thank you.